Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see the runner-up and Rookie of the Year balloting Baker Mayfield.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Cleveland Browns and the Arizona Cardinals. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Murray. Throw left side, going to be caught by Butler. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Murray. He'll buy some time right. And he works free. Kyler Murray, 1,000-yard rusher as a quarterback in his Heisman campaign at Oklahoma. He's got the first down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro, trying to run inside, but nothing there. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. And here's the starting crew defensively for Cleveland.
When you're the #1 overall pick in the NFL draft of 2017, what's a little extra scrutiny? Defensive end Myles Garrett is certainly used to it. In 2018, came into his own his 2nd year in the league with 13.5 sacks. And really expects to increase that total in years to come.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
think. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
First down, Murray. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Murray with a 3rd and long. He may try and run for this. And avoids the contact by sliding. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now the former Sun Devil, Zane Gonzalez, for the field goal try. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Browns heading out, and the pressure squarely on the shoulders of number 6 in his second season now with the Browns. The number 1 overall pick in 2018, Baker Mayfield. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Mayfield with it once more. He's got Njoku over the middle. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Chandler Jones. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Mayfield. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Final play of the half, Mayfield. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Mayfield now. This is the tight end, Njoku. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Touching offense.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. They go play action. Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And, boy, they hit that one.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. No gain on the dump-off. It's 2nd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, Mayfield over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Cleveland. That's the end of the third quarter.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the fourth quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Gosh, given the time and the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. He's back to throw. Sideline throw, that's caught by Landry. And out of bounds right around the 20. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this from 37. The kick by Joseph is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So with less than a minute gone by here in this fourth quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great fourth quarter.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that.
Check 53. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Back to throw. Murray. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. No gain, and it's second down. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock.
At the 26-yard line.
And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Murray to throw.
It's just me and you. It's just me and
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll lead here to a third down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Cardinals got to go quickly, hustling to the line. Now Murray. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, TJ Logan. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now here's a timeout, as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game.
It's 2nd and inches at the Browns' 20-yard line.
And everything right now rests on the right foot of Zane Gonzalez. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And everything right now rests on the right foot of Zane Gonzalez. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So it's not quite over yet, but you have to figure they pretty well got this one on ice now.
And Brandon, I'm trying to figure out how they remain so calm in these situations and then go out and execute, because I'm up here shaking like a leaf, and I wasn't the one who had to make that kick.
They look calm, but I bet if you had a heart rate monitor on them, it'd be up in the 300s right now. After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This is taken at his 4.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're